So just to give you a little background on myself, I was 19 when I got into the printing business. It was pretty tough to get started because of the fact that we did have Google, we had the internet, but we didn't have YouTube and all these great platforms that you can pull up and search and get answers to what you're doing or what you want to do. So been a printer in a manual print shop for 3 years, kind of grew that into my first automatic, up to 4 automatics, printed for some of the top brands in the country, in the US. And from there, I got into transfers, which was the transfer side of doing numbers for sports teams. So we're doing a ton of lacrosse programs, baseball, any type of little league, whatever it was. But then we started doing college programs, and it was 0 to 600. So we were doing a 2-color print with a number, and one day I just kind of had to, figure out how can we make this a little bit more automated, right? So kind of came up with this idea in 2015, started working on it, and the Stampinator was kind of born. So we went from our Stampinator for the automatic press is Stampinator 480. So the first time we ran 480 transfers off of an automatic press, which was pretty impressive. So I went to a trade show to set up. I was in Fort Worth, Texas, and I had a ton of people coming in, checking out the product, but everybody was like, who wants to do transfers? Like, this is crazy. And but we had problems with fibrillation. So if you're a screen printer, the fibers are coming up, and the Stampinator actually mats down the fibers and cures your underbase, which is phenomenal, because now it's like printing on paper. You can use a higher mesh and yield really good results with halftones and a really nice soft tan to it. So developing it, moving forward, then we ran into, we had COVID, and then all of a sudden DTF exploded because we couldn't find help within our shops. So DTF was the answer. We were doing, we were transferring 10,000 masks a week. It was insane. We were just doing all kinds of crazy things, but it was great because the DTF transfer allowed you to, do a multiple color design. It was easy to put on, but depending on the transfer, if you didn't use the negative space, then it was kind of hard to breathe through it, to a certain extent. But transfers exploded, and we kind of really modified our Stampinators with converting your automatic press with these pads that we have that slip on, our slip covers that go right over top of your pallets, whether it's a manual press or an automatic. And it does a phenomenal job. It gives you that high performance where you can yield anywhere from 350 to 600 transfers an hour, depending on how fast you can move. So we went up against some of these rotary presses and shuttle presses, and just kind of really, knocked it out of the ballpark with performance. And what's great about it is, whether, if you're a screen printer, how many of you guys are screen printers? Yeah, so usually when you're a screen printer, you have a manual press, you get your automatic, that manual press goes to the corner. So now it's DTF world, you can pull that out, put a Stampinator on it, and just crank out transfers all day. We have companies that have multiple automatics, and they're not running every automatic every day. So we convert that automatic to an inline heat press. And it's great because we'll utilize 2 Stampinators on the automatic. So if you have a transfer that's 12 seconds, you hit it twice at 6 seconds. It gives you the 12 seconds you need, and you can really crank out almost over 400 transfers an hour with 2 people over there. It's pretty phenomenal. So one of the great things working with RB Digital and Mimaki, their transfers are amazing. They have a really good hand to it, and the performance that we get with the peel is just amazing. There's so many transfers out there that are, accommodating in many ways to the screen printing industry, but when it comes to price, and that's kind of where you are, right? So it makes more sense to pick up a piece of equipment, bring it into your shop. Now you have the printing of the DTF that comes right out. You can set it up on your press and run that job that same day, which is pretty impressive. So you don't have to, you can bring in your inventory of blanks. you can go out to, if you're doing like an event, a trade show, or a fair, or any type of outdoor event, you can have this set up and take your blanks and your transfers that you printed out, and you can make money that same day. And you're not going to come back with any waste other than maybe your transfer that costs you $1.50 or whatever it would be. So that is the Stampinator. And then this year we're launching, we have a new product called the Revolution, and it's going to be our automated rotary press that has 2 Stampinators on it, and that works off of a foot pedal as well. So it's pretty exciting, and it's coming in at a really good price point as well. So does anybody have any questions on the Stampinator, or does anybody know about the Stampinator or have a Stampinator? Okay. Yeah, so when we're running transfers, we don't do a pre-press. We load the shirt, put the transfer down. We go around, we hit it with the first stamp. It comes around, hits the second stamp, and the second stamp is at the end. So as soon as it comes over, you're going to peel it. You're going to load the next shirt. The guy. No, so we'll run a test to make sure that, we'll do a wash test. And sometimes you'll see where I kind of always call it like a little bit of a pitting. You'll see maybe some air bubbles that are in the transfer. Sometimes it's just, depending on, your climate, we find that it's moisture. So then on something like that, we may set it up where we'll have a stamp. We'll hit it for 6 seconds, we'll peel it, and then we'll go around and hit it again with the second stamp for 6 seconds. So once our pads get heated up to right around 110, 115, you can pretty much do a peel within 4 seconds of a transfer, which is really nice. So, and then obviously when you peel the Mylar and you hit it again, it really sets it in, gives you that secure, print with the transfer into the garment. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, so we sell the pads. We have tested multiple pads out on the market, and the ones that we offer are the ones that work. So if you go to Amazon, you pick up a pad, it's not going to work. It's going to break down within a week of using it, and your transfers aren't going to peel. They'll peel, but you'll get pockets where it's just going to stay onto the Mylar. It does. So we actually have a top cover for all the presses on the market. So the pad adheres to our top cover, and I'll show you guys that. And then you can just pop them on and pop them off when you want to go back into screen printing. Yeah. So who else had a Stampinator? Was running? Anyone else? You have a Stampinator?
Yeah, we have a Stampinator at my shop. We use it for screen printing now.
Okay.
It's on our big automatic. It's probably not going to be used for DTF at our shop, unfortunately.
Yeah, nice. Well, one of the other great things about the Stampinator too on the manual is if you're running your manual press, we have a little tray that goes in there, clamps right on, so your transfers are sitting right up on top. Forgot to bring that with me. But if you're a manual printer and you want to do DTF and screen print, you can cure with the Stampinator right on your manual press. So you don't have to run it through your electric dryer or your gas dryer. And again, if you're doing a festival or if you're out for a weekend show, you can do the same thing, you can print. So at Long Beach last year, we did a 6-color print with the same transfer, and we were printing wet on wet and stamping with a final cure. And it was pretty impressive. So I guess at this point, if you guys don't have any questions, you guys can walk up, I'll set up, we'll run a couple of transfers, you guys take a look at it, and the feel and the hand of the shirt.
You're not worried about the transfer moving?
No, not at all. We usually, if you're on the automatic press, it's moving a little bit faster. But pretty much kind of sticks to the shirt for the most part. And again, the spray adhesive, you can use like a little bit of a tack to hold it down. This was a smaller palette. We do. Let's grab this stack here. And then again, we can rotate it around and do the post hit. But I'll just pull this off. You guys can take a look at it, stretch it.
Do you want to pre-roll?
On a manual, we'll pretty much we'll go back and do a post. But on the automatic, we have it set up where we're not doing the post. We're trying to just crank out as many as we can. And sometimes it's like I just kind of let it cool off just a tad before we peel it. So we need some music to get into the groove, actually, right? I think I'm hitting it for 12 seconds on this one here.
So does this have a support underneath it?
It does. So it comes up and supports right underneath the press arm. And then we kind of created these wings just so the shirt glides over it.
So the support comes up automatically?
No, you just set everything in place and have it positioned. So this is just a good example. This is where we would just, again, stack it so it doesn't curl up. And we have a lot of companies when they're printing manually, they'll put a piece of craft paper on top. This unit here, we actually have a mount that's going to go on top, and we have craft paper on a roll, so it gives you that matte finish versus the sheen, and it won't stick to the back. So here's that's the post hit.
The two presses is the same amount of seconds, or the heater has the option of 12 and 5?
Whatever you want to set it at.
But is there two stages, or just you set at that one time frame?
Just one time frame. And if it comes around, if you just want to hit it for like 3 or 4 seconds, you just hit the foot pedal again for a faster speed.
Okay, so you hit the pedal to drop, and you can hit it to release?
Yep, so you can hit it again, and release. So sometimes, like on the Mimaki ones as well, I find that we can do a cold peel too, depending, on the Mylar, but we've had success with both. So we have companies doing 2 different ways. Who wants to come up and print a couple transfers? You in? You want to run some transfers? Okay.
Two people here would be perfect. One loading, one unloading.
Yeah, and even if you don't have a manual press, there's plenty out there on the market. You can pick up a used one. fold this over a little bit. Here's some more.
Is there a reason you're going that way instead of that way? I guess you want to hit
For the hot, yeah, for the hot peel. These are a little flatter.
They just passed it around.
So that way you can peel. That was. So yeah, I guess that was going to be more of a hot peel then. Okay. So we'll hit it again.
This is real world right here now. This is what we go through. These little things, right? What is that from? Not enough time.
No, I was just trying to cold peel.
I got more shirts here.
So I think the shirt got messed up on it. It does, but I don't know if it's shifted or not. These here are a little bit flatter. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I'll talk about how it connects to, for example, the M&R auto, because that's easy for what you don't.
Yeah, so on the M&R, we have a smaller version. It slips right into your print head. You lock it in place. And then your pallet top covers go right over top of your press. So on M&Rs, we find running 2 stamps, again, on any automatic is more efficient than just one. What models are you running for the M&R? What model press? So Sportsman EX, it raises. So when it comes around, you're going to set either your dwell time for the seconds that you want, so it'll stay raised, or you can set that, program that head as a flash for 6 seconds or 7 seconds. It peeled up. It was, yeah. Some of them are curled. But I can raise the unit up. I didn't know if I had enough air from that compressor. Let's see. Here. Okay, that should be high enough. No, these were peeling up a little bit. So we're going to. There might be some on the back side. Yeah. Yeah, there is a little one there. I don't think I'm getting enough air.
drop
I'm sorry?
the plates.
Yes.
The rubber.
Yeah, the
We
rubber.
have to buy the set.
Yeah, it comes with it.
Comes with it.
Yep.
Oh, this is directly put on it, right?
Yeah, it pops up.
Oh, you can pop off.
Were you at Imprint Canada?
No.
No. So we had the Copperhead, and we were doing transfers. January, right? Yeah. But I have video for sportsmen. You can definitely take a look and see.
Doesn't matter if there's one sheet turn.
Yeah, right.
The oil marks?
Yeah, so that one, we would hit it again. I just hit it once.
You ever tried different position of the garment, like the sleeve side, or
Yeah, so we have pallets that you can do for the sleeves.
we are doing the sleeve job? But is it difficult to keep the film on the sleeve side, or like the, or we have a solution like we can tape it?
So if you're doing a sleeve, we'll put a sleeve pallet on. Yep, and then so the pallet will be about 3.5 inches, and then you'll have a rubber pad on there, so you can do the sleeve here, and load the neck through, and then put the transfer on.
Part of the wrong here is the film. See how it's all wavy? See that?
Yeah, that's weird.
Is this a special film?
That's not mine. It's the Mimaki.
I think it's sitting out for disaster.
I mean, it feels really good.
Yeah, that's nice.
It just might have too much heat on it. Yeah. Well,
Probably have they ran it fast, maybe. Yeah, that's got a nice feel to it.
yeah, and that's really good.
Single press, that's cool. I didn't. Everybody was always told me you're gonna do a pre and a post no matter what. So we kind of got in that mind frame that this is what we have to do. But
Let me see here.
the pre, I see how maybe you can skip it with the post.
Yeah, and just do a watch test. One of the toughest transfers out there is Supercolor. They do the hybrid, and it has a screen print base. And I got over 120 washes out of it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so, which is, I think, what they say average is 50, roughly.
Yeah, once a week for a year.
I'm sorry?
Once a week for a year.
Yeah, right. So let me see if I have.
So these ones are feeling on fine.
That's on your Facebook site?
Instagram and TikTok.
Okay. I'll look.
Is this the video? It's Long Beach.
We'll do runs of like 3,500 shirts or 4,500 shirts, and we're doing it on a manual right now.
Okay.
So it's time consuming. It's taking us forever. So we're looking for something that would run that a little quicker.
I think this might be the Cobra. Yeah, I can. If you have a card, I can send you some videos,
Sure, if you don't mind,
and you can see. So a lot of the shops, they have the old gauntlets where it's all air,
yeah.
and that's what we're converting, those presses.
Okay.
So we've even taken off a head in between, so they have one guy here and then somebody over there
Right.
that's peeling, and then it'll do the post again.
Yeah, I think I would do it as a two-person operation.
Yeah.
Right, somebody loading shirts, putting the print on,
Yep.
and then somebody peeling, pulling off.
Yeah. So I'm working on, it'll work on every press, and it's just going to be a suction that'll grab it at the bottom and peel it for you. So,
So maybe I'll wait. 'Cause that's-
well, no, that'll be an add-on that we'll have.
Oh, okay.
It'll go into your print head.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So it'll clamp right onto where your squeegee goes,
Yeah, yeah.
and then we'll just use the air lines from your press and hook it up. Yeah.
That
So
would be,
we would have it. Yeah, it'll be good. So the problem that we're having is, so we started with like 4 suctions. Now we're up to 6 because some of them are just really hard to peel up. You know, so
yeah, depending on the print. But how do you, how's the shirt stay down? Because of the adhesive?
yeah, well, no, the shirt stays down. So we'll basically, the suctions hit right down at the bottom part,
Yeah.
and then when it goes to print, it peels it off. Yeah.
I like that a lot.
So that's the concept and the idea, right? So I had all M&Rs. Now I have rock presses.
Okay.
So I test everything off of a rock press, which is, I mean, they're pretty much similar. So like the Rock U, all the heads come down at the same time,
Yeah.
whereas your Sportsman's, it comes up, same concept. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's the bottom. The bottom.
Yeah.
Production capacity for this. What's the 8 hours capacity? Like the 8 hours, how much I can produce? How many t-shirts? I
So
can
if one person's over there, you can do at least 250 to 300 an hour. So because you're loading and putting this on as it's stamping and transferring, right?
I work as an operation manager, so
Oh.
my job is like to analyze the cost, labor
Efficiency.
cost, right?
Mhm.
I need to understand how much I'm going to spend for invest my money to get something, and then
Yeah. Do you have automatic presses?
No, it's not automatic.
Okay.
We have screen print, so it seems like I need to change the also schedule. Whoever work for the heat press,
Yeah.
they need to come after screen printing job.
Yeah.
They need to finish because I cannot give the screen printers this job because they are busy for real screen printing job.
Yeah. So what's great is you can print, and then your next job might be a transfer, so you can do it all at the same time,
Yes,
right? Which is nice.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
But if it is only one person, it's going to be 250, 300 units. If it is 2 people, it's going to be more.
You can average about 480 with 2 people, like without working that hard, right? It's kind of like printing T-shirts on an automatic press, roughly. Yeah.